Update 32 is coming live in December 2021, and with it, dozens of new Atomic Shop items will be released every Tuesday as the weeks go by. Here are the 50 most anticipated ones so far. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. In this item preview, I will show you the most anticipated upcoming items for the Atomic Shop alone, part of Update 32 files. Now, the items you are about to see are freshly additions to the game files, all attached to the Atomic Shop. As such, they should be distributed and released from December onwards, as per usual with every weekly update. Keep in mind that event and mission new rewards are not part of this preview, neither are the upcoming Season 7 rewards. I also want to thank the data miners Bungo, DSG and Madocrot for their amazing work. Without their skills, this video wouldn't be possible, at least not with as much detail as I'm providing here. Moreover, the holiday season is upon us, so I expect lots of holiday stuff, as well as Enclave entries, lots of them as well, and faction-related items, among many other things. Alright then, with that being said, let's get into the good stuff, shall we? Thanksgiving 2021 is a few weeks away, and I suspect Bethesda is planning to release some awesome new pre-made items. Despite being part of the public test server files, these items will most likely go live before December, when patch 32 is scheduled to get released. Anyway, Bethesda designed several pre-made tables with matching chairs. The main sets are called Adult and Kid Thanksgiving tables for whatever reason. It's pretty strange names. While the adult version features a darker wood table with black napkins, a basket of flowers at the center, and white golden cutlery. The kids version is a bit more interesting, with a cooked turkey at the center, followed by red napkins and white-blue cutlery. Both versions feature a checker pattern and plates with different Vault Boy figures, so I think it's safe to say these items came straight from the Vault, or at least the plates did. Here are some in-game screenshots to showcase their looks. There's a lot of detail going on here. In fact, I just noticed the adult's cutlery is golden versus the kids, which is silver. Also, the glass mugs on the kids version features a Vault Boy's face too. Now, I know what you are probably thinking. Can you actually use these items individually? Like the turkey, the plates, the napkins, and well, as you can probably guess too, the answer is no, you cannot. These are pre-made tables, so once you buy them, the item comes as a whole. There are only 2 items, the table and the chair per version. Everything else is well integrated on the table. I know, it's such a shame. It would be way more interesting if we could decorate our own tables, kitchens, and so on. Maybe that day will come sooner than we think. Also, these are real screenshots. Madocrot is training for mod creation and decided to spawn some items to help me out here. Anyway, the best part is that such tables are not just fitting for Thanksgiving. No. They are also very fitting for all types of holidays and special events. Anyway, the data miner Bungo discovered some more pre-made tables as shown, such as these tables featuring basically glasses, so this might mean Bethesda plans to add even more pre-made tables in the future. Only time will tell though. Talking about holidays, Bethesda also created some new Christmas items for 2021. So far, there are 2 new holiday trees on the way, as well as a Christmas Mr. Fuzzy, as you can see. Absolutely adorable. Let's start with the plushie. It uses the existing Mr. Fuzzy model, but with green, red, and white colors. Totally ready for Christmas time. It also features a Christmas hat and a scarf. Now, when it comes to the new trees, they are called the Nuclear and Radioactive Holiday Tree. Despite using the same model, there are a few differences between them. But before we get there, let me show you the lights scheme. Lights off, lights on. Without lights, this tree is rather boring, but when you make it shine, it's like you just acquired a different item. The bulbs on the green areas shine red and blue, while the lights on the frames shine golden or silver, depending on the tree. That's right, the nuclear holiday tree is just a normal decorative one. You can easily identify it by the silver frames. In contrast, the radioactive holiday tree is a dangerous one because it's supposed to give you radiation damage. It's not clear yet if the trigger is proximity or interaction, like rat barrels, for example. The radioactive tree has golden frames though, so it's really not difficult to differentiate one from another, even from afar. I'm actually surprised in a good way about how Bethesda is giving a wasteland twist to Christmas this time. I think this sort of unique post-apocalyptic item is far more interesting than plain real-world imports, like, you know, the recent water park additions, which made me feel like I was in Sims for a short while. I mean, it's fun to have such items too, but there should be a balance, if you know what I mean. Anyway, that's it for new Christmas items for now, at least. Let's proceed. Next, we have a new building set for a very popular faction, the Enclave. Should I say, at long last? After all, the Enclave hasn't received a lot of love so far in terms of playable content, you know, new missions, events, encounters, and so on. Anyway, Bethesda created many new items for the Enclave coming with patch 32. It's almost as if something big for the Enclave was coming, except it's not. At least last I checked the data mine stuff, there's no indication an Enclave DLC is coming, at least not so far. However, for the Atomic Shop, well, that's a different story. I'm sure you Enclave fans will have a blast building up Enclave-themed camps. There's a complete building set on the way, as you can see, with everything you could hope for, such as different walls, half walls, frames, roofs, floors, and even a light set and a wallpaper. Anyhow, even if you're not an Enclave diehard fan, you can still benefit from this set. It's very metallic and dark. It's not like there are Enclave flags or logos all over the place, not like that. So it's definitely a group of items anyone can or could enjoy. I particularly like the wallpaper since it combines wood with metal and it just works. It looks amazing in my view. Plus, it's a one-of-a-kind wall. I don't think we have anything alike released yet. Moving forward, here are some in-game screenshots so you guys can have a first-hand preview of how this set looks like in-game. A courtesy of Maddock Rot, once again, thanks. Now I know I should probably not say this, but the overall look gives me a Brotherhood of Steel vibe. Probably because their building set is not too different, it's just tons and tons of silver metal parts, creating such giant metal boxes. Don't get me wrong, I'm not exactly complaining, it's just not very creative or exciting to look at, it's just an observation, I would say. But then again, it's the typical military look, so if that's what you like, if it's part of your preferences, don't look away from this new building set, get it when the time comes. Do you know what's definitely creative and exciting though? These new Enclave laser-filled doors and new turret skins. Oh yeah, these are top high-tech items that certainly most of you guys will want to get your hands on. Because, I mean, just look at that. I'm a huge fan of such high-tech items. I even bought the laser-filled door for the Brotherhood of Steel just to place it on my yard. I had nowhere else to put it at the time, so that's where it ended up. Anyway, these two metallic doors come with yellow lasers. One features a vertical rectangle laser to block passage, and the second door features 3 thick laser lines, which also blocks anyone from going through. The yellow laser is very intense, it shines like a star, and you can see it from miles away, as shown in the screenshots. Now, moving to the Enclave turret set, this bundle is not exactly new, but it got recently updated, so I suspect it will get released soon following the Enclave hype with this update. Anyway, there are at least 4 different skins for different types of turrets, of course. However, unlike the previous Enclave items, the turrets feature a black paint with the Enclave logo on all of them, as well as several red and blue lights. I would say these are a perfect combination for any type of high-tech camp. Lastly, I just want to point out that these items will be a top seller, one way or the other. First, because they come with such amazing effects and refinement, and secondly, because they belong to a popular beloved faction, the Enclave. So it's the perfect recipe for big sales during the holiday. And I'm pretty sure Bethesda knows this. It's probably why they decided to come up with so many Enclave items all at once with the same update. I don't believe in coincidences, so that's my top theory about the sudden Enclave hype. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. If you thought we were done with the Enclave new items, you were wrong. There's one more to go, and it seems to be on the way. I mean, it's not very straightforward at first glance. The name of this new entry is Equalizer Power Armor, so judging by the name alone, you don't get many hints. However, if you inspect this new skin, you will quickly realize that it looks awfully similar to existing Enclave power armors, such as the standard X01 or even the released Enclave paint. So this little detail makes me believe the Equalizer paint is also an Enclave-related skin. It has to be. I mean, it even comes with the US flag on the chest. Yes, patriotism at its best. It's a dead giveaway, right? I think so. Anyway, I checked the game files and this entry does not mention the Enclave directly. However, it states this is the perfect power armor to defend Appalachia from these pesky communists, which is another very direct hint, I would say. Lastly, this skin can be applied to different power armors, such as the Excavator, Raider, T-45, 51, 60, 65, Ultraside, and X01. So, if you like the skin and you often use one of these power armors, you know what to do when this item gets released. Alright, the Enclave chapter is now closed. Let's move on to more exciting new items, starting with a brand new shelter. Bethesda has been releasing a new shelter with every new major update, and the following patch 32 won't be an exception. Now, the next shelter to reach the Atomic Shop is the forbidden Digsite, which is some sort of cave. The entry in the game files mentions some horrors inside, which makes me believe there is some sort of scary stuff going on there. After all, it's a forbidden Digsite, as the name says. However, the datamine images do not reveal much, besides some sort of animal skeleton, which used to be buried before the digging. Overall, this shelter is super dark, as to be expected, with cave rocky walls and some uneven terrain parts, it looks like. I'm not sure that will be a very nice or favorite building overall, but hey, at least it's a different setting and an opportunity for brand new spooky creations, so bring it on. Okay, the next group of items is rather exciting because it's the first time Bethesda adds wall-framed paintings to the Atomic Shop. I always wondered why haven't they added any so far when we have dozens, probably even hundreds of different paintings in-game. Just look around and you will find them all over the wasteland, really. Anyway, as I said before, there are 6 new ones on the way for player camps, but I think only one is brand new. This mole rat funny scene where 4 mole rats seem to be drinking and gambling, chilling time pretty much. At least I never saw it before, while the others, I'm fairly sure I did see them in game before one way or the other, especially the abstract paintings. I think inside the Voltech University you can find most of them, if not all. Anyhow, there is also this painting featuring a rustic cabin in the woods, which I also feel like I saw before, but I'm not sure where exactly, and this stunning image of a train in motion at full speed. I believe there is one at Pip's bar. 2 very lovely paintings to have at a living room or at a bar, for example. Now, something strange I noticed is that all these 6 paintings have a Fallout First keyword attached to them, so it seems like the initial plan is to release these items for Fallout First members only, but this is not set in stone. Bethesda often adds this keyword as a placeholder tag and then changes it later to Atomic Shop or even season rewards. That's my experience with it. So only time will tell what type of release these paintings will become. If you are a huge fan of candles, then let me deliver the great news to you. Bethesda created at least 5 new models as part of Update 32 files. There are holiday and drip candles, but in my opinion, they can be used all year long and for all sorts of events and occasions, really. I mean, sure, the drip candles are a bit spooky, maybe it's a late Halloween creation, who knows? It's a tall candle on a black bottle, but still, we live in the wasteland here. Having candles is already some sort of luxury anyway, am I right? Am I right? But hold on tight, the true luxury is coming next with these holiday chandelier lights with both a golden and silver versions. Now that's fancy, especially if you put it on the pre-made Thanksgiving table. That will surely look lovely. Lastly, there is a new ceiling lamp called Elaborate Ceiling Lights. This one does not feature candles per se, but it kind of mimics them. Therefore, why I added it in the same group? It's all about candles in the end. Well, I guess this Christmas will have more new items than I initially thought, after all. Prefabricated items are a huge part of camp building, and Bethesda wants to add another batch of new entries to Fallout 76. Well, at least according to the game files, there are at least 4 new ones on the way. Let's start with the Firewatch Tower, which seems to be a smaller version of the existing lookout towers all over Appalachia. It's really not that impressive. I mean, in the end, it's more recycled content. They basically cut the height, less tiers, and that's it. The rest is the same or very, very similar to what we have already in-game. At least it gives players more building freedom. That's about it though. The second new old prefabricated on the way is this military sort of bunker, which also exists in-game already at some locations, like at an R repair yard. The player version will be slightly different though, in a better condition, let's say. By the way, I'm not a big fan of all these cement foundations. It just makes the structure look odd, but I guess it helps in terms of item placement, so it's probably not a bad idea to have them, otherwise we might get all sorts of new bugs attached to placement, and maybe that's not worth it. I don't know. Moving forward, there's also this new wooden structure coming. The item's name is exactly Cover Bridge, so as obvious it will be another bridge, this time with covers as shown in the images. Lastly, there is another bungalow on the way to the Atomic Shop, talking about recycling content, huh? I'm not sure what's Bethesda's goal here. We already have so many bungalows. Maybe they want to create a rainbow bungalow section, you know, with every color in the rainbow or something like that. I don't know. So I think they will keep releasing more in different colors as time goes by until they can't anymore. At least it looks like it's heading that way. The next group of new items is fully dedicated to the Hellcat Mercenaries. That's right. Bethesda has designed some new Hoist flags for camps, featuring the Hellcat logo, of course. There is one in black and white, as well as a very fiery version, as you can see. This one looks sick though. Here are some in-game screenshots, so you guys can see it in motion. Well, sort of. Anyway, Bethesda also came up with a brand new outfit and headpiece. It's a very alternative and interesting choice of clothes, don't you think so? Fun fact, in the files, they are called Hellcat Mercenary Field Gear, but they are not actually gear or armor, it's just a cosmetic. Check out the front and back with this side-by-side comparison. Anyhow, this set of clothes come with a lot of detail, such as a huge Hell's logo on the back, patches on the front and arms, ammo, attachments, and some badass cowboy boots to complete the look. Well, let's proceed to the last new items. Now, I know that emotes are not exactly new items, but they are new entries. And I know you guys love new emotes, so I thought you might want to know about this one, coming with the next update as well. It's called Halt, which means stop in German, so it's basically a new emote to let other players know you want them to stop doing whatever they are doing, really. What is strange though is that in the game files, this emote belongs to the follow category. When it's clear, this emote is showing disapproval or anger, so I'm not sure why did Bethesda decide to add it to the follow category instead. Either way, here's the emote sound data mined by Metalcrot. It's a very short and strange one actually. Check it out. The last and 50th new item I selected for this preview is the Red Truck Gear, which is a new misc item, a huge one actually. There's not much I can say about it, other than it creates the illusion of a display, since well, it shows a lot of stored items, but in reality it's just a pre-made single item made of many other items, such as barrels, crates, even a mattress. I guess it's a fitting item if you have a garage or a storeroom, or if you want to create the illusion you are moving on the road with all your stuff I think it's one of those items which require a very specific camp team to properly fit in, but maybe that's just me and my thoughts. I mean, you can always randomly place it too if you want to. I mean, it's your camp in the end. Your camp, your choice. There's plenty of new items on the way with Update 32, that's for sure. Some are way more exciting than others, but that's totally normal. And in my view, the only things we can expect to release very, very soon are the Thanksgiving and holiday new items, because, well, it's quite predictable. Bethesda is going to release that. Now remember, all the items featured in this video are part of Update 32 files, but it does not mean that every single one of them will get released with the same patch. Sometimes Bethesda creates new items and takes months to finally get them into the shop. Also, keep in mind that only a few new items release into the shop every week, so it's difficult to predict when exactly is a certain item going to go live. Lastly, I just want to point out that Bethesda seems to be recycling more and more old content lately. In general, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it could and probably implicates something else, which is a topic for another video. Anyway, these were my most anticipated items coming with patch 32 in September onwards. There are many more on the way though. I hope you enjoyed the preview. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet, to make sure you don't miss anything. As for me, I am Marta Branco, and I will see you all very, very soon in the next one. Oh, and thanks for supporting me, of course. Until then, take care, adeus, bye bye!